Hello everyone, it's Felicity here. Welcome back to my channel. In my previous video, Astrological houses that contribute to the happiness of a marriage or a committed relationship, I talk about the importance of looking at 5th, 6th, 7th and the 8th house, and I forgot to elaborate what 8th house mean in a committed relationship. So this is a video focused on 8th house, the importance of 8th house in a committed relationship or in a marriage. Okay, 8th house is one of my favorite houses because it is an enigmatic house, and not because of it gives me good time all the time, but because 8th house give one the opportunity to experience the unexplainable, the unspeakable, and after the chaos, after going through something, and after going through some certain changes or something transformative, and what is left is gold. May not be in a sense of material gain, it can be spiritual gain, spiritual understanding, and the clearing of your psychological junk as well. So that's why I like the 8th house very much. So let's talk about what it means when it comes to a committed relationship or a marriage. The 8th house, okay, what 8th house means for a marriage. I can sum it up in 2 sentences. The 8th house means whatever happens to you happens to me. So the 8th house means that whatever happens to your spouse, it happens to you as well. And the next sentence is that to be selfless for the highest good of all, or to be selfless for the greater good of all. All here means all your family and your spouse family, or the people that are close within your friend circle, within your marriage. You know that in a marriage, on the surface it seems that it is the union of 2 individuals, the union of 2, but you think deeply, it is not just you and your spouse. It's actually you, your family, your spouse, and the family of your spouse. So it's marriage in 8th house. The 8th house means that 8th house in a committed relationship or marriage means that the union of 2 individuals, as well as what the individual bring in a marriage, that can mean the family of yourself and the family of your spouse as well. So marriage is also about the union of 2 families. Okay, so whatever happens to your spouse happens to you as well. So this is the 8th house. Think about, like, if, touch wood, okay, when someone's spouse lose a job, or there's some kind of health issue, or there's some kind of psychological issue, or mental things happen, it will have an impact on someone as well, right? So that means you are in need, you are in this kind of partnership, close relationship, in a committed marriage, in a marriage. So no one can run away from it. Whenever happens to your spouse, happens to you as well. And whether you are strong enough, whether you are ready to face it, to share this kind of responsibility or not, it really depends on your belief. It really depends on your closeness with your spouse. you know, seventh house, in a sense, it means legal partnership, legal documents, legal signing of a document, the contract, the marriage contract. It can be reflected in the seventh house. But in eighth house, it means the merging of two souls. It means the commitment of two souls, the shared responsibility of two souls. The vow, the real deal lies in the eighth house instead of the seventh house. So I feel that someone, just because two people are ready to sign the marriage contract, it doesn't mean that two people are ready to face the eighth house stuff, the scary stuff, the sudden changes, the ups and downs in life, the most scary thing in life, you know. So not everyone are ready to really step into the eighth house stuff. Just because they sign the contract doesn't mean that they will pass the eighth house test, to pass those kind of sudden change, to really share the ups and downs in life. That's why you can see the couples are being tested when there's sudden changes, and sometimes one of the spouse or both of the people that are committed in a legal bond, the legal document, legal marriage, the legal signing of the document, sometimes they are not ready to face it. And so when the eighth house stuff come, and maybe it will bring the breakup of a marriage. That is the brutal way of saying that, you know, the legal document is void. That is a void. That is the brutal way of telling the truth. Because, you know, when it comes to the eighth house, there's no way to lie. It, you know, this energy is so real. It's the testing time, and there's no way to lie about it. It's so everything will come to the surface and tell you about whether the seventh house thing is the truth or not. So the test of the true or the lie. So it reveals a lot when it comes to the eighth house stuff. And it's also about, you know, the ultimate offering, to be selfless for the greater good of all. This can mean one, it doesn't mean that you lose yourself completely, but then, you know, when it comes to the eighth house, oneself die a little bit in order to offer the ultimate offering of the self, bringing in a lot of the self quality, doing your best, and bringing in your quality, your resources, for the greater good of all. It can mean all, including your family, yourself, your spouse, and your spouse family. So the higher good of all, the greater good of all. That means you can offer something in this kind of in a marriage. You offer your greatest quality. You try to minimize your lesser great quality. It can mean the working of two individuals through, you know, coming in together, and you work through stuff for yourself, the eighth house stuff. And so I will not say eighth house stuff, I will not say that is a sacrifice, because sacrifice is a passive way of doing things. Like, okay, you are in a committed relationship, you have no choice but to give up some part of yourself in order to compromise or something. But I will use the word offering of yourself, to become selfless for in some situation in a committed marriage, because offering of yourself is sacred. It requires you to be in a place of greater good of yourself as well. Because when you cultivate yourself spiritually, psychologically, mentally, and yourself, you have something to offer. You have something great to offer in a marriage, right? So you try to be the better part of yourself, and that's how you can offer yourself. So 8th house is the ultimate offering, the ultimate merging of two souls, the merging of the souls as well as the merging of the families as well. So yes, so it can mean the offering of a good quality, and it can also mean the cultivation of the bloodline. When two people marry, they not just about procreation, or just it's more than procreation, not just because of the extension of the bloodline, not just of that, but you actually bring in your past, present, or maybe the future in the 8th house in a marriage. So your past, it requires you to face your past demon. And for example, the past relationship, you have to be clear about what you have learned from your past relationship. Otherwise, you're going to bring in a lot of fear, a lot of past burdens, the past goals from your past relationship into this marriage. And it can suffocate your present marriage, right? So you have a lot of work to do, and when it comes to the surface, when every darkness comes to the surface, you can face the darkness, and you can face it with honesty with yourself first, and then share this honesty with your partner, with your spouse. And that's how you can work for yourself, work on the past for yourself, and share this past with your partner in a very honest way. And that's how you will avoid repeating the past. You will not let the past demons or the past ghosts, you will not bring in the past ghosts into the present commitment, into the present marriage. That is the 8th house. And the 8th house is also about the how you are being raised up, how you are brought up, how you have been brought up in a family as well, right? So it's also about the bloodline and all the ancestors line, and all the past, what your family, how your family function. It also, you do not know that you carry it unless you dig deep into your past family history, or you observe yourself, how you interact with your family, how you interact with others. You observe clearly how your parents interact with each other. That's how you know your bloodline, what your ancestors interact with each other in a close bonding, in a close relationship. And that's how you find out, clear about your family blockage, your bloodline. What is the secret that lies within your bloodline? What is the demons within the bloodline? So that you can work on it when you deal with your intimate, close relationship with your partner. So that you will not let those ghosts from your past ancestor, from your bloodline to haunt you. That include your past relationship, right? And so that is the 8th house stuff. That is, you start opening up yourself. You start doing the merging of yourself, the merging of the first and second chakra. The first chakra is a masculine chakra, is the root chakra. It connects you to the earth. And the second chakra is the sacred chakra, is the goddess chakra. It's intuitive chakra, is the mother earth. It's also about the feminine side. So when you are ready, you can merge the first and second chakra, and then when you merge this kind of sexual energy within yourself, then you are able to opening up like a channel to merge with your partner. That is the ultimate offering of yourself, and it's also that kind of sacred merging of two self in a sexual way as well. And yes, when you work on all the past stuff, the channel, the chakra will open it for you. So you may not understand it right now, right away, but when you work on your past demon and you throw away all the burdens, you work with clearing of all your burdens, and you're on your spiritual path, and the chakra will open it up for you. So that is the 8th house, the ultimate offering of the self, to be selfless for the greater good of all, in your soul group, in your soul family, in your spouse family, for your spouse, for yourself, and for your family as well. And 8th house, yes. So that's about it. That is the 8th house stuff. Yes. I think, do I have something to add? I think that's it. Yes. So thank you for watching, and yes, whatever happens to you happens to me. So whatever happens to your spouse happens to you. And the second wisdom is that to be selfless for the greater good of all. So I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in this video. Bye.